Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Himatul Aliah. I'm a 5th semester student majoring in English education at Hosei University. In this video, I want to share about my experience when I participate in International Virtual Exchange or IVE project in 2023. International Virtual Exchange Project is international scale activity funded by the Japanese government. New thing and experience that I have never done before. Of course, I'm very excited to be joining this project. This activity involves lectures and students, and my lecturer is Miss Hikmah Paribetasari. In this project, where each week participants must complete a different project which is carried out for 8 weeks. The main focus of this project is to exchange information, communicate with people from other countries, improve our English skill, and explore the culture of each country. Participants are free to share whatever they want to be able to start communicating with people from various countries. Forum that we can make for communication, such as in the open forum, multicultural discussion, my life in videos and image, intermediate to advanced level in this forum, receivers from around the world, students generate question, discussion, and also group communication in real time. To be honest, in the first week of this project, I was not able to use the platform. However, on the third day of the first week, I was finally able to use the platform. And then I joined the open forum as it was teach us the first option that participants were instructed to do. And I replied to the forum created by Shota called Let's Talk About Western Music, and he is from Japan. He liked Bon Jovi's Western songs, It's My Life. And he said that it was really cool. However, he didn't know much about Western songs, and he also suggested telling the participants what her favorite Western songs was, so that he could learn about other Western songs. And then, in the second week, I joined the receivers from around the world. I was interested in joining the forum immediately because I want to share Indonesian recipes with other participants. So I shared a recipe for pepes ikan kembung kemangi, which is very typical of Indonesian because of its fragrant spices and cooking wrapped in banana leaves. And it also adds fragrance to the food. In the first real time of the second week, participants were divided into breakout rooms to introduce themselves to each other. As this was the first real time meeting, I was assigned to room 15 where I met a participant from Japan named Go Shinyuan. When she opened her camera, she looked so surprised that she covered her mouth. I didn't know why she looked like that. And then in the third week, I joined an intermediate to advanced level English forum. In this forum, I replied to a forum created by Joshua from Japan called Do You Enjoy Speaking English? And I shared that I enjoy speaking English. I am interested in speaking English, and it is important for now. I know that I'm not good at speaking English, but I keep trying my best and with practice to improve my English. And the other participants also really enjoy speaking English, and also I learned that English is one of the most important languages around the world. And also English is the most spoken language in the world. And then in the second real time of the third week, in the breakout room, I met a participant from Turkey named Hilal. At the time, we exchanged cultures. The one from Turkey shared one of her cultures, a traditional dance called horon, which is a black sea dance danced by men dressed in black dresses with gold trimming. With gold trimming. They dance while trying their hands and adjusting the music from kemens, a type of violin. And I told her about a traditional dance culture from Indonesia called Saman dance. And then in the fourth week, I joined a group about education created by a Japanese participant named Ayuna, and I also replied to a forum she had created called Let's Get to Know Each Other Well. She said that she had long been curious about education because her parents were teachers and shared their difficulties and perspectives. And she also said how important education is for women. I replied to her forum and I said that it is true how important education is for women nowadays. Actually, that many people think that women don't need to go to school because they will only become housekeepers. Therefore, I asked her what she thought about those who think that women don't need to get a higher education because they will only end up being housekeepers. And she replied that there is a gender gap in education in Japan, one of the country's most prestigious University of Tokyo, has a problem where the number of female students never exceeds 20% of the student body. It is said that this is because more girls tend to give up of their academic careers than boys, because their parents don't think that girls should be highly educated just to become housekeepers. Okay, and then on the third real time of the fourth week, I joined the breakout room and I met one of the participants from Colombia, named Nicole Velez. And then we exchanged self-introduction, which starts from full name, origin, school, university origin, hobbies, favorite food, favorite singer, favorite song, favorite sports. Not only that, we also exchange our cultures. In the fourth week, I also joined the open forum entitled Fashion, which had been carried by one of the participants from Indonesia named Rohman. And then he showed the photos of 19th fashion in Indonesia, and he said that the fashion was very cool. And he also said that he always looks for inspiration and tries to copy the way they dress. And then I replied saying that the 19th fashion was indeed very cool and that today's fashion is also inspired by 19th fashion. Okay, for the next is in the fifth week, I joined the open forum which was created by one of the participants from Colombia named Marlon Callet, whose forum was titled What is the tastiest food from your country? And then he said that the types of food in his country with what we can accompany and when to eat, one of them is try paisa. And then I replied that one of the tasted foods from Indonesia is nasi padang or padang rice. As another real-time event was held, I joined the breakout room. However, in real time, I moved around the rooms. As I recall, it was from room 1 to room 12. Therefore, I want to get to know the other participants through this real time by moving from room to room. And for the next is, in the sixth week, I still joined the open forum which has been created by one of the participants from UAE named Elena Sarah, who's from is titled Favorite K-pop Group. She said that her favorite K-pop group is 17 and she is hooked right now. And then I replied that my favorite K-pop group is EXO. And I also said that I usually listen to EXO songs when I'm doing chorus, but especially when I'm free time. Not only that, I also found out the K-pop group favorites of the other participants, which include NCT, TXT, Blackpink, Red Velvet, BTS, and Twice. Okay, for the next is, in the 7th week, I joined the multicultural discussion forum. I joined the discussion that had been made by one of the participants from Colombia, named Mariel Paula, and the title, What do you think is the best way to get to know a culture? And then she said that she thinks the best way to get to know a culture in her country is through food. It is the show of love, affection, and life lessons. And then I replied to her that the best way to get to know a culture in Indonesia is through the traditional leaders, traditional rituals, traditional dance, traditional musical instruments, and also traditional clothing, traditional cloth or weaving cloth. And for the last week, I joined my life in videos and image forum. In this forum, I share a story about the day I did my teaching practice to fulfill my end of semester exam assignment. Okay, that's all of my 8 weeks for this project. And of course, I feel very happy to be one of the participants in this project, and it is an honor for me. because I can learn, get to know other participants from various countries. Not only knowing them, but I can also know their cultures. And I hope that in the future, this project will first tell how to use the platform Moodle properly and correctly for this project. Thank you. Okay, that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.